And let's be clear, heartbreak is not the same as the psychological suffering I'm referring to. There can be heartbreak, there can be ache, there can be tenderness. And yet that is penetrated, imbued with the light of being, with the peace that passeth all understanding. Such a beautiful paradox. Suffering, the kind of suffering I'm referring to, comes when we try to suppress that heartbreak, when we create layers and layers of stories, narratives, that there's something wrong with me, or there's something wrong with life, or there's something wrong with God because I feel pain. So we blame life, we blame our circumstances, we blame our history, we blame our biology, we blame them, we blame God for the pain that we feel, as if it shouldn't be here. And yet it's here. And that's all you need to know and recognize. It's here. That in itself is the doorway to healing and transformation. So the kind of suffering I'm speaking of is when we try to manipulate, repress, shrink back from, limit, erase, overpower anything that is here in our experience. That, when you see that mechanism, when you understand that mechanism, that's the beginning of liberation. It doesn't come from a guru tapping you on the head and suddenly you see the light. And it doesn't come like a bolt of lightning by simply just going about unconsciously the same mechanisms, the same patterns, the same way in your life. It's both a deep acceptance. In other words, the self stops trying to change anything, to change itself, to change its experience, to fix the broken. And at the same time, the self must have a true self-reflection. Self-reflection. In other words, to see the mechanisms that create suffering, the moving away from, the suppressing, the denying, the blaming, the arguing. And not to then blame the self for that mechanism.